Hi there, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK once again, live right here on YouTube. And how are we doing on this Thursday afternoon, 20th of February 2025? And we have just had a Marvel Legends fan stream. So, what does that mean? That usually means as soon as that's finished, I go live as soon as I can on YouTube reacting to that news out there. Could we be the first YouTube reaction to cover the Marvel Legends fan stream? Fingers crossed we are. We could be, but I'm a little later than usual today because where was I? I was stuck at work because what did Marvel do this week? They gave us no notice at all, did they, Marvel and Hasbro, that we were getting this live stream? We literally had, 2 days' notice of this live stream actually happening, which is it's not a lot. They usually give us at least a week in advance. There was supposed to be, I believe, a G.I. Joe live stream this week, so I was getting the Yo-Joes ready. Cheeky Monkey was excited to get the Yo-Joes, but that's off. They delayed that for an entire month, apparently, so we're going to have no G.I. Joe news for the for the for the shortcoming future here. But we've got some Marvel news, but not the Marvel news I was expecting, is at least, because we have gone into the Gamerverse. We have gone into the PS5 Sony Gamerverse. So say hello in the chat and make yourself known. I will come and say hello. But we do have a poll running today in the chat. So I've got a poll going, and the poll says, quite simply, I've kept it very simple today. 2 options. Are you excited by these Gamerverse figures? We've got yes, love them. Absolutely love them. Very excited. Or we've got no, hate them. So nothing in the mean today. We're not going in between. We are not pussyfooting around. We're going you love them or you hate them. And for the initial votes, it's quite clearly a landslide at the moment. We've only had a few votes in, so get your votes in the comments section if you're watching live. As I say hello in the chat, and I will come and say hello to you as well. I will not be alone today. I will be joined by a co-host. Now, you were probably expecting Cheeky Monkey Kiara. Maybe you are getting Cheeky Monkey Kiara, but she looks slightly different, let's say. She has a shaven head, Cheeky Monkey Kiara. Then the new version of Cheeky Monkey Kiara has an even more shaven head. So we will get to them in due course. I can see them in the waiting room. We'll get them let them relax as they've returned home as well. But we'll get to that as we go. But yeah, Cheeky Monkey, where is she tonight, you may ask? Well, she's gone to do the shopping. So she's just returned home from work and she has gone to do the food shop. So what dinner delights we will receive this evening, I do not know. Because Cheeky Monkey being let loose in the supermarket is probably worse than letting me loose in the toy store. So I don't know quite what will be happening there. But yeah, basically today we'll just be recapping these Gamerverse reveals. And I thought I'd do it in a live stream format rather than a sort of pre-recorded video, as I tend to do with these Marvel reactions. And hopefully they were plugging Toy Fair as well, so that's only a couple of weeks away. So hopefully you'll be seeing more of me live on YouTube if you enjoy that. Let me know that in the comment section if you're watching on the replay, or again, do say hello in the live chat if you are here with us in the live chat. Now, I suppose we should do some housekeeping if I can remember. It's so long between live streams, I forget how to do the actual live stream thing. So let me see if I can find the right buttons. They've moved everything in StreamYard, as you see. Media assets, that's what I'm looking for. So, since we've been doing live streams last few months, we have launched channel memberships here on the channel. So I've got a beautifully prepared pre-recorded video for the channel membership. So if you'd like to join the channel membership, please feel free to help out and support the channel. We've got 2 tiers. We've got hashtag the wedding fund, which will get you some behind the scenes videos here as I move stuff around. That could be a clue to my co-host this afternoon as well, because they've been here before in those behind the scenes videos. Or you've got hashtag, you got the flip open the flap, the channels phrase. I don't know how that became my catchphrase. It just came out of my mouth, basically, hashtag flip open the flap. So if you want some emojis in the chat, including Classic Dick, Todd McFarlane's face, mine or Cheeky Monkey's logo, you can join the channel membership. There is a join button somewhere on your screen, as long as you're not watching on an iPad, because you're going to have to use a desktop. So for the next 6 seconds, enjoy this pre-recorded video masterpiece. Here you are. Pre-recorded video masterpiece. And of course, super chats are live. So we will be getting to my friend, the channel's friend, my mentor, if you will, Todd McFarlane, with a special message for the super chats tonight.
Hey everybody, Todd Victoria here.
Letting you know that super chats are live. And there you are. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Todd, indeed. And let's come and say hello to... Oh, it's worked straight away. There we are. Straight away, we have reached the super chat goal, which was keep Cheeky Monkey happy. We have our first super chatter of the evening, and it is the 10th super chat, it's telling me, on my mobile device in the corner. So thank you to Madison Kingswood there for the £5 super chat. Glad to have you back, Jay. Well, it's nice to be back. I've been doing a lot of toy room maneuvers. To say wrestling is taking over the toy room is a big understatement. So yeah, the content has been a little bit more sporadic as I am nearly there, but I'm going to have quite a lot of wrestling rings in this room. Probably about 15, 16 nearly, potentially. So there's been a lot of maneuvers there, which has kept me busy. But thank you for the super chat, Madison. There is also a channel member there. So I'll give you the thank you for the super chat graphic in a second. And thank you for Damien there. Again, a channel member there for 2 months. So come and join Damien with the channel membership there. Member for 2 months, showing some support for 2 months. Keep the wagon rolling. Although I try my best to keep the wagon rolling indeed. And let's give you a thank you for those super chats. It's a Marvel themed stream today, but let's be different. Let's give you a clue with the thank you for the super chat graphic. Thank you for the super chat. And what bigger clue could it be than my co-host for this evening, literally about 10 miles down the road, coming in. Should have come in person. It'd been much easier. Give it up for the new Cheeky Monkey Kiara. It's Adam Batman Moran is with me. How are you doing, sir? Or Kiara, if that is you in disguise.
If I'm going to be Kiara, do I have to call you dear? I'll call you dear. I'm very well, dear. How are you?
Oh, thank you, dear. Yes, call me dear. We're going to keep that gimmick going for the whole show. I can hear you at least. So Adam has joined me. How are you today?
I'm good. Yes, I'm good.
You've been rushing around.
I did, yes. I was meant to be back for 5:30 and was delayed. And then I had to run from the train station home. So, yes, we're all good now.
Well, at least you made it off the train this time, ladies and gentlemen, without using the facilities in a very desperate measure.
If I'm you really glad this gets talked about on the internet. Like I'm really...
If you want to know what I'm talking about there, let me go to the screen share there. If you head over to the, what we got on here, the vlog video from Inderman Toys there, the second one in with the red there. It does feature some, there's a whole vlog as we went to Inderman Toys a few weeks ago, and it features Adam getting off the train, but he may have had a little case of the shits. So that's not fully covered in the video, but it was definitely covered in my car. So welcome to the channel, Adam. It's great to have you here today.
Just to be clear, the topic was covered in the car. I didn't cover the car. I didn't ship myself in Jay's car. So just so we're totally clear.
Well, why we're on that topic, I've had to have the Imodium this week. We might as well just get it all out there. Because I went about 20 times on Saturday and Sunday. It was not good. So I'm nicely bunged up now. Don't know what happened there, but there we go. We got another channel membership token. Thank you from fellow tuber there, Justin Collects. Member for 1 month. Hashtag call me dear. Well, we will definitely get that going this evening. Do head over to Justin's channel, one of his second to last, I think, live stream. You will find me about 2 hours in. It was nearly it was just gone 4 a.m. I think by the time I joined Justin upon that live stream as well. After we'd streamed for the Royal Rumble here, I popped in to say hello at the end there. So it was a very long night indeed. But on that note, let's go and say hello to the chat, shall we? Before we get into this, we got to make this last. There wasn't a load of reveals, and according to the poll, you're not very excited about them. So we will do our best to keep you entertained for the next hour or so as we go through these reveals. But let's come and say hello to the chat then, if I can find my button. That's Adam myself. He's on the screen. He's in the chat. That makes no sense at all. We've got Damien there. Hello, Damien. Phil Jones, how are we doing, sir? Can't watch live, but stop to drop a like. So yes, please do hit that like button, share the stream if you wish, and all those good sorts of things. So thank you, Phil. He will catch us on the replay, I'm sure. Is anybody watching live? Another one's catch us on the replay. Hello to Alexi. How you doing? Your boys got toys. Just watch by to stay hello. Catch you on the replay. Writing a paper on Othello. So, bit of Shakespeare. Now, that's probably the poshest thing we've ever had on the live stream. Can you quote any Shakespeare to me, sir?
if the world were to drown in women's tears, each tear would prove a crocodile. I'm sure that's from Othello.
Well, there you go. I'm glad they got him on because I had not got a clue what he was talking about. And then we had Madison Kingswood in there as well. Tac Tac Toys is with us, just working on his reaction video with me. AI ladies Libby and Sonia now. So now Mark has gone. He's gone like a Terminator, is our good friend Mark Tac Tac. He's been fully taken over by Cybernet there. It's all going on, and he's been fully taken over by AI on the channel. Mark, can we help you, sir? Can we get you out of your AI, or are you trapped there? Do we need to get Arnold Schwarzenegger? Because there was a hot toy that went up for pre-order this week of the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator figure. So that would be that could be one for Mr. Tax out there.
Could be one for your collection as well.
Yeah, so that's probably the third Terminator I'm going to need to pre-order. We won't mention that during the Marvel Legends stream. No, so she has left the house, though, so that's not too bad. A very mere wave for Dan Hayden there. He's interested in 2 or 3, but he's interested in the X-Force 2-pack. We will get to all the reveals. Toy Arc has successfully loaded today, so we can get all of Toy Arc's coverage as well. The Blackter's in, so hello to the Wrens. He was giving us live updates last time we were on a live stream for the Royal Rumble. This man was in the toilet, giving me live coverage throughout the night. So the toilet theme for today's stream, I don't know how this has happened, but this has happened. So hello, Lorenz. How are you doing? Robert's here as well. Hello to Robert. Happy for the wallet this evening. So he's probably got the JOMO, I think a phrase that Mr. Who coined last week, the joy of missing out on some of these particular items. Then we had Justin there. What was my car covered in? We won't get into that. Hello, Display Once. Rich is here as well. He's not having a nap. Jay has a car. This car, well, I don't often drive my vehicle, and it was technically Kiara's vehicle, so I may have been slightly inaccurate there. Yeah. Damien's going to have a vote when he's seen them all, because yes, he has said he hasn't seen all the reveals yet, so we will get into those. Virtual Dave is here, another person we said hello to at In Demand Toys as well. Hello, Jay and Batman. So there we are. We are doing well. There is another one that's going to catch us on the replay, Mr. Who. I think that was pure sarcasm there. But another channel member himself, Mr. Who. How are you doing? I'm sure he'll be with us this evening for more in-depth coverage as well. He's given Mark a warning, and that AI is taking over. We want Tac Tac back. And we've got Hot Toys, Tac Tac, and we've got all sorts of things coming on. And we've even got like a Hulk emoji or something that's going on there. So I don't know where that would come from. So that is the chat. So that's the chat done. We're all okay. I'll give you one more reminder from Todd McFarlane, just because this makes me laugh, because it took me ages to make it, and it makes me laugh. So Todd with a reminder, and then we'll do some quick Marvel Legends pickups, and then we will get into today's news.
Hey everybody, Todd McFarlane here.
Letting you know that Super Chats are live. There you are. So interrupt us, if you will, with your Super Chats. We will read them out, and you will have a thank you Super Chat graphic. And we will get into the Marvel Legends. So some quick pickups then. So from In Demand Toys, I'm going to go only Marvel Legends pickups, you see, to keep it on this Marvel Legends theme with me here. So we did pick up the Falcon from, well, I should say the Falcon. It's technically Captain America. So it's Sam as Cap. It was quite hard to find here in the UK, but it seems a year later, they got a bundle of stock in, and this was only £20. So that wasn't bad at all. For a nice little pickup. Did go and watch the film this week. Maybe at the end we'll give our film opinions. But Adams, I'm sure, are going to be quite fascinating. So I have teed up a graphic if we do get into that. But he will sit happily in silence as we show that figure. Not a word. Not a word. And then we have the Chameleon then. So some of my retro figures came in from the Spider-Man Retro Wave. So finally, Chameleon in my hands, announced just a few months ago. Mr. Who and his Hallelujah graphics were on the channel as this was literally announced. We were very excited to see that as we did our instant reactions after all these Marvel Legends live streams. And yeah, he's pretty cool. So I have opened him because there does seem to be issues out there with the belt not being connected round the back. So you'd have a piece there where the plastic's literally missing and you can't connect the belt. Luckily, mine is okay. So I did open it just to check that he was okay. But he is all good. Unlike my Razor Ramon this week, where I got a Razor Ramon with a Cody Rhodes chest piece on, and he only had one painted boot. So that's going to go swiftly back to Smith's. I think that is a known issue on the UK stock, though. And luckily, I did get another one, and it was fine.
Of course,
So
you
that
did.
is that. Well, I just ordered it again, and it came the next day. So, and then we have Kane then, so the 90th, or the Kane clone from the Clone Saga. So he is here finally in Marvel Legends. This one, Tanner, I knew Super Tuck was very excited about as well. So he's pretty cool to see. I should have waited for in-demand toys. Could have got 20% off effectively when we went to their event a couple of weeks ago. And there is Agent Venom as well. So that is the Marvel-related sort of short pickups segment there. Anything you want to show off or discuss, or shall we get into the news?
No, yeah, I didn't have time to get any pickups really, but I did get the kit. I think my last one was that kit as well, because like Tanner, I'm a 90s comic book. I even resubscribed to Marvel Unlimited just to read the Clone Saga again after I bought it.
Okay. I've got all the omnibuses. I got all 4 omnibuses from the Clone Saga era. Still wrapped though, so never actually opened them. So at some point I need to get to that. That's the retirement plan though. I will finally read all this Marvel content when I retire. Unless I get the dementia. Seems to run in the family. So that's probably not going to go well.
Maybe just read them all retirement. Like,
yeah, we better get a move on with that. So here we are then. We've waffled long enough. We've bought as much time. We've got the official images now here, effectively. Thank you to Toy Arc for, of course, sharing these as ever. And we have got 162 images to go through. So strap yourselves in, because it's all about the Gamerverse. So one last plug for the poll. Let's see how the poll is doing. So quite simply in the poll, are you excited by these Gamerverse figures? All the percentages is coming a bit more level now. We've had a lot more votes. So we're nearly at 20 votes. And we've got yes, love them 33% and no, hate them 67%. So we're sort of looking 7 out of 10 like them. 7 out of 10, I say, don't like them. And only 3 out of 10 like them at the moment. So get your votes in the poll and we'll see if that changes. I'm not surprised by that. When we started this live stream and we saw the coverage was Gamerverse on the table, I thought, maybe this is not going to go over too well, but we will see as we go through. Now, I clearly am a massive gamer. You know me from all my gaming live streams and the fantastic gaming content that I put out there. I've completed all these Spider-Man games. Took me about 5 hours each, not a problem. Now there may have been a little bit of what we like to call here fabrication in that sentence. Now, Adam, are you going to help me here? Are you actually a gamer? Because I don't know.
Jay, I'm the worst co-host for this stream imaginable. I've never owned a games console any description ever. So no. Do you remember when you had Matt on and he did Transformers and Matt went away and did like loads of research and he knew nothing about Transformers? I'm like Matt, just without the research.
Fantastic. Now, I'm hopefully seeing Rich and Dan tonight because clearly those are 2 massive gamers as well. So we'll see how they with this as well. But so clearly Adam was sending me the pictures. I thought, oh, he's well into these. Yeah, I'm sure he'll come and have a chat about me with them. Better than Cheeky Monkey. No,
I might have misled you slightly.
Right, here we go. So the worst co-host in the history of YouTube. There we are. Yeah, it's gonna go well. This, isn't it? Now, let's get to the screen share over the Toy Arc, and we will jump in with our expert knowledge. So the first slide, we can discuss this. This says Marvel Legends series. So off to a good start. We know what that is at least. And then here we are. So Dwight and Ryan, so that's when my panic bell started ringing. I literally just got in from work, whacked the stream on, as I tend to do, because they called me into the office today, had like an 8-hour meeting nearly, and straight into a Marvel Legends stream. So here we are then. Now I own all these figures on the screen, so that's a start at least. So I do have them. Now some of these are in what I call the sale pile. So I might have to pull them out of the sale pile because I might actually have some use for them now then, by the looks of it, from what we've actually seen today. So it is going to be Spider-Man Gamerverse themed. So I suppose they have to do these. This is the same as McFarlane has to do for the DC Multiverse range, a lot of stuff based on the gaming content as well, because of course there is a massive gaming market out there. But my console of choice is probably the Sega Mega Drive or the Sega Genesis to our US fans, and maybe a PS1. So a little out of touch when it comes to the gaming there. My work laptop next to me has just gone into standby. Didn't know that was on. So okay, that's doing funny things in the corner. So we have those on the table. So that set the tone of where we were going. And there we are, Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. Now, I'll tell you the truth. I do own Spider-Man on the PS4. So I have the first game and I have played it. I'm that bad. Literally, the first boss fight is Kingpin. It's Kingpin in a black suit. We'll get to that in figure-wise. And I could never beat him. I did eventually beat him. I'm no word of a lie. It took me hours and days just to get through that fight. So clearly, my skills were not up to par when it comes to the gaming. But I do like a black suit Kingpin, and we will get to that because that was not the first thing revealed. And the PS2 version, the Spider-Man 2 on the PS5. Well, I haven't got a PS5, so I've never played it. But what I have done for both these games is I've used YouTube to my advantage, and I have watched both of these games because it seems people out there clip together all the cutscenes and make like movies from the actual game. So they put all the cutscenes together, so you get like a 4 to 5 hour movie, effectively going through all the cutscenes and telling the story. So I have actually watched the entire first Spider-Man game from start to finish on YouTube, and I'm about halfway through the Spider-Man 2, and I've actually been quite enjoying the Spider-Man 2. And we'll get to one of the figures actually I'm genuinely excited for, but it was the very last figure revealed. So when we get there, because I have been enjoying the content, and I was very itchy for a hot toy. So this will satisfy my itch, at least, and save me some money. So when I knew the game and stuff was being rumoured, I wasn't too mad, actually. I was like, okay, I know I'm going to want some of these figures, but I definitely don't want all of them. And the wave today doesn't have a builder figure, so clearly I don't need to buy them all. So again, we've got the controversy coming back with the lack of a bath, but we'll get to that with a deluxe figure. So we'll start off with the very first figure then. So I saw this and thought, what the hell is that? So listening to them, they said it was, I believe, the Spirit Spider from the first Spider-Man game, and it's one of the alternate skins. But there's like 50 alternate skins in the game. So they've gone for this one. To me, it looks like Ghost Rider in white with some blue. I don't think this one's for me. Adam, is it for you?
It's not for me. Like, it isn't. But I can understand why, of the alternative suits, I can understand why this might be one. Because just as an aesthetic figure, like, I think it looks really good. I quite like the sort of like Ghost Rider, Spider-Man amalgamation between them. So I like it as a figure, but no, it's probably not going to make my collection.
No, I think it's kind of a cool design. I get that. I do like
I like the design.
The Ghost Rider head to it.
Yeah, and I can understand if they flicked through all of the suits and a bit more of a more drastic departure, but still evidently Spider-Man theme. So I can see why they picked it, but yeah, I don't think it'll quite make. It won't make the shelf.
No, it seems to have some nice actual sort of paint fading there. Looking at that close up, you've got the white fading into the sort of blue of the plastic there. So it does give that spirit sort of essence to it. A very unique spider symbol on the back. Anybody in the chat? So I to go through in the chat. Let us know if you like them. Let us know if you're picking them up. As each figure, give me any comments on the figure. To educate me on Adam on the figures. Please feel free as we go through each one of those. Let's see what the chat is saying about this one so far. Tac saying more like drinking too much spirit, Spider. So there we are. Mark's helped us there. He's helped us indeed. There we go. Probably a miss. And there, Lorenzo's there. Probably a miss for you. Justin's giving an absolute nope. He's giving it the thumbs down. That's not happening at all. Yeah, they did leave with this over Kingpin. With a weird choice. We'll get to that in a second because I do like the Kingpin. So, yeah, cool design. But the fact it isn't exclusive, no builder figure. I think they said it's coming out in March. I think they said Walmart, didn't they? Yes, Lorenzo's saying there in the chat they said Walmart there as well. There was a hello to Alec. That's a new name I've not seen in chat. How are you doing? I like it, but won't get it at retail. Maybe at Ross. Yeah. So is this going to be potentially? Actually, that's a good point with this whole wave. Now, the last couple of waves for Marvel Legends in the UK have been selling out pretty fast. Now, the last 2 years or so, I've been on the Marvel Legends Let's Wait for the Sale game here in the UK. And to be honest, been doing quite well with it. I was going in for G.I. Joe at full price because those were selling out in the UK. And waiting for my Marvel Legends just to try and save a bit of money to help with the vast amount of toys that this idiot decides to collect. But this year, seems the G.I. Joes are now going to clearance and the Marvel Legends are selling out. So I've had to change up the strategy, and I've pre-ordered the last 2 waves, in fact, when it comes to the Marvel Legends figures, be it the comic book spinner rack wave or the wave we had before that with the Nemesis builder figure, because not all the figures in that wave were selling out, but quite a lot were. So I just secured my pre-orders because I know I wanted them. Now, as soon as I saw this was Gamerverse themed, I thought, is this going to change, or is this going to be a sale wave? Is this going to be the first wave this year that doesn't sell out here in the UK, and we will be able to wait for the sale on these? Because don't need this figure, definitely not essential. But as you're saying, if this was much cheaper as a little bit of a bargain figure, it's a cool design, so it might be something I could eventually pick up. But is the Gamerverse going to be as popular?
If I came across that in game, the way we did with some of the other Gamerverse things, I'd pick it up, definitely. I'd definitely pick it up if I saw it in game. Adam's
got all the phone calls coming through there. Yeah.
But
he's swiftly hung up on that one. He's like, no.
Yes, that
he's not answering. If that was Cheeky Monkey Kiara, I'd have her answering right on the phone. But yeah, so it is Walmart exclusive, available for pre-order in March. Let me just go back to the chat, let's catch up there with what we're saying. Did they use a Sharpie to draw this? I say it's a bit of a unique symbol on the back of there. Yeah, but there's a lot of variation. Effectively, this entire wave is just variations of Miles and Peter, rather than other unique characters. So I think they said this is a version of Peter. There is the Sharpie spider symbol on the back. But I can't see all these selling out. It's the point I think I was trying to get to there. I think this one might be a wave where you might be able to pick up some of them reduced later. Now, Miles and Peter in their main suits, I think they did sell very well. So, but these aren't their main suits. There's not one image this evening we're going to see of any of these Miles or Peter figures in main suits. They are all alternate skins. So we will have to wait and see. But yes, there was we've got Ross in the chat. We have Game in the UK, and Justin just mentioned Ollie's. So this could be a wait for the sale job. I think it's how we'll sum up the Ghost Rider style Spider-Man. So the Spirit Spider there is our first figure of the day. And at some point, it'll be coming to Walmart. And there's a lot of images of Walmart. So, right, he's out the way. Now, they didn't start with this one, but Sonic has made me laugh there. Go shitter. No, that fits in the earlier theme we were talking about when we're talking about Adam's bowel movements and my own during the stream. So nearly got 40 people in the chat. So hello, we're doing fantastic again. Seems these live streams work much better when I do them literally reacting to the Marvel Legends news when I've just finished work. So do make yourself known if you're new to the chat. Say hello and we will have a chat with you. But here we are then, the Black Suit Kingpin. Now. I, for many a year, I have requested in Marvel Legends a bloody Black Suit Kingpin, and I've finally got one. So me, for myself, I'm very happy to finally see this. So it's not based on the comics, though, but it is Gamerverse. So they have them put him on the Joe Fixit Hulk body, so he's a lot skinnier than a normal Kingpin would be. But looking at shots from the game and having at least fought this man in my physical hands on my PS4, yeah, I think it's accurate enough to the game for me to be happy with it. You've got the red jewel on the cane there, which is instantly reminding me of going back to the Toy Biz days. We had a Black Suit Kingpin in a 2-pack with Daredevil. So you had an unmasked Daredevil, and you had a Kingpin in the black suit with the red scepter as the variant. And I never owned that 2-pack, and I always wanted it. I've been waiting all these years since, because I thought, surely they're going to give me a Black Suit Kingpin. So finally, I do have the Black Suit Kingpin. So I'm actually quite happy about this one. And I will be picking this one up, and I won't be waiting for pre-order. This will be a pre-order. This will not be a wait for the sale for me. I'm definitely going to pre-order this Kingpin when he goes up, because I actually do really like this one. And I think I'll do like a separate little Gamerverse section within the Marvel Legends. I've got some space on the wall, and I'm thinking maybe on the wall I will put the Gamerverse figures there. So I'm going to have to go find my original Advanced Suit Spider-Man and my Miles to pull them out of the sale pile, to bring them back in so they can fight the Kingpin. Mr. Negative is probably somewhere else in the sale pile as well, so he's going to have to be pulled out. I'm going to have a little sort of a little Gamerverse focused section. Actually, to be fair, I think I kept Mr. Negative. I think it was the goon he came with. I can't remember the name of the team of the Mr. Negative's goons that he comes with, but I think I put that one in the sale pile. So I'll be pulling them out because finally we're going to have a black suit Kingpin in the Marvel Legends line. And I do like the little red jewel though on the end of the cane. Not the greatest body in the world. It doesn't move particularly well, having owned the Joe Fixit figure. But I'm happy with the figure. My other point though, before I get to Adam, is I saw this and thought, why on earth is this not the Build-A-Figure? Because when we got to the wave that was coming up, this could have easily been the Build-A-Figure because we know these parts fit in the box because we've had Joe Fixit Build-A-Figure before. And then I got me to thinking, I was like, okay, so they're clearly just phasing us out of Build-A-Figures. I think we're going to have to, unfortunately, that's a sad reality we're going to have to face is maybe we're going to get 1 or 2 Build-A-Figures a year and nowhere near the regular amount because I don't see any reason why this Gameverse wave was not a Build-A-Figure. I think the Gameverse wave might have sold better. I say we don't know what the sales are yet, but I'm assuming it's not going to sell as well as some of the other waves throughout the year. If it had a Build-A-Figure to incentivize you to buy the wave, because I would get all those figures to get the Build-A-Figure. So maybe because I don't want all those figures, maybe I should be happy it's not a Build-A-Figure and I can just buy it. But if it was a Build-A-Figure and I bought them, it'd kind of be free, but I'd be buying more figures. So I'm a bit in two minds over the Build-A-Figure-ness of the fact this isn't a Build-A-Figure. But I do want a black suit Kingpin. I've waffled on far too long, so I'm going to shut up and let Adam talk.
Well, dear, there is a reason that you and I are a match made in heaven because we are on the complete same page about this for all of the same reasons, except the whole I haven't fought him for 7 hours in the game. But I really wanted that black suit Kingpin. I love the character of Kingpin. I actually quite like the slightly more muscular as opposed to rotund body for him as well. I really like that. Yeah, I can't wait for this. I most wanted out the whole line, but you are totally right. When I saw that it was in and got the end and there's no Build-A-Figure, it is fairly obvious they're moving away from that model because this was a perfect opportunity. And from a business point of view, I'm a little bit baffled as well because you're right. I think they're doing this because they're contractually, but I can't see some of these figures selling that well. I really can't. Whereas I think this wave would sell really well if it had a black suited Kingpin as the Build-A-Figure.
Yeah, so we are definitely on the same page there then, yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's literally the same page, but
yeah,
this is a cracking figure. Really want it, but I am baffled as to why it's not the Build-A-Figure for the wave.
Yeah, I think it is just that case that we are now in the year after having, what was it, 2 Build-A-Figures last year, technically 3. If we count the first wave of the year, then I think we are unfortunately in the era where we are definitely moving away from the Build-A-Figure. They probably won't get rid of it completely just so they can say we're not getting rid of the Build-A-Figure because it's still going to be coming, but just not as regular, I think, as we'd liked. But I suppose this will be, I assume, in $39.99. Assume this will be a £40 deluxe figure here in the UK. So if you were to buy a wave and you didn't want the Build-A-Figure and sell the Build-A-Figure, you'd probably sell it for like 70 to 80. So if you were, as I was just looking to buy the Build-A-Figure, then I might have to pay on the aftermarket if I didn't pre-order the whole wave, like £70. So I suppose £40 is better than paying £70 if I wasn't interested in the wave. So I can see it from that side of things. But I do just like I always used to see it as a free figure though. We're so conditioned with Marvel Legends for over 20 years now to having a Build-A-Figure. It's difficult. It's difficult to get used to that concept, I think.
From my own just personal point, I'm over the moon because I never buy full waves. I don't think in the 20 plus years now I've been an action figure collector, I don't think there's ever been a wave that's come out where I've wanted the whole wave because I'm sort of quite selective over who I get. So for me, it works perfectly. But I know there have been times where I've bought the full wave and then had to, sell on. What I mean is I've never kept a full wave. But I know that there are times that I've bought full waves, knowing fine well there were 2-3 figures in that wave that I was totally disinterested in. So, just went straight back on eBay. So, yeah, I'm not for somebody that a Build-A-Figure would probably force into buying more figures than they otherwise would.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you there. So let's see what the chat is saying on this one. So it is an Amazon exclusive. So in the UK, Amazon exclusives dreadfully slow usually. Give it about 2 weeks after the US release, and you'll probably see this go up for pre-order. Shout out Phil Jones when you're watching on the replay. Let me know when this goes up, because that man scours Amazon like an absolute trooper and gets me those links when I need them. So with Amazon in the UK, they do tend to reduce basically everything that goes on Amazon. They hardly see anything that always sells out. So maybe you got a bit of a chance at a cheaper Kingpin if you don't want to have a full price one if you're a UK collector. I'm not sure what Amazon's US distribution is like in terms of reducing things, but I think for this one, if it is a £40 figure, I think I'm all right with that. So I think I would go for that if that is going to be the price point on this one, just to secure it, because I do want the black suit Kingpin. So we like this one. Let's see what the chat's got to say. Damien starts us off with a hit. There we are. So don't forget, channel members do come up in green, so I can see the channel members there. And if you'd like to join the channel, do not forget, I'll give you a 6-second video just to remind you. There we are. 6 seconds of excitement there for you in your day. Kingpin does look cool, but just not for Justin. So Justin's not too into the Kingpin there. Probably prefers his animated. We need a good animated version of the Kingpin. We got the retro card version. It does not have the animated blue trousers on. So that needs to be sorted out within the Legends line. What's Lorenz got to say? I think this looks good. Don't have a Kingpin at all. So if it does go in an Amazon sale, potentially a grab there then. What's Ali got to say? Has any recent BAF been a non-online retailer exclusive? I don't know. These selectors are usually retailer exclusive, especially when it comes to the US, though. But say being UK collectors here, anything over this end, effectively, most time, just it goes anywhere. And yes, it's specifically like an Amazon exclusive, because we don't have Walmarts and Targets and things over here, so they usually just spread them out between the fan channels. So I think that's where we are with the chat. Okay, so that is Kingpin then. So not a bath, but he is coming, and me and Adam are both in ourselves. I do like the alternate head there.
Yeah, it's really good.
Now I could see Adam if you just look. If we go closer, actually, to Adam here, if we get like a zoom in, you see, go way in there, and he just ducks down, just a little there. We would see that fantastic Kingpin head. So you think this could be a nice black suit, sir, and this could be your MCM cosplay this year.
I'd be like mini me. I'd be like a mini Kingpin. I'd be King the children dressed as Spider-Man.
You've got the muscles. We could both do it. You see, I'll shave my head. I'll be the fat Kingpin. You can be the muscly Kingpin. And cheeky monkey Kiara, I don't know what she can be, but she could be a Kingpin as well. So there we are. Amazon coming in March then for Kingpin. In terms of accessories, you just get your 2 hands, and I do like, as I said, the red jewel there. So that's Kingpin, and there's your box. So got the Gamerverse logo on, Spider-Man logo from the first game on PS4 in your standard sort of Marvel Legends box. Now they're not using any form of retro carding when it comes to this wave. How many Amazon pages they got on here? Right, okay then. So into the wave. So 6-figure wave, and as we've already discussed, no builder figure. Some of these I think are cool. Some of these I think are terrible. So it's a mixed thing here. I think for this wave, some I think will sell, some I think don't. So it's definitely what you call the definition of a mixed bag. So we've got our first suit. It's not Peter. It's actually Miles. So it's Miles in his version of the advanced suit. Now, I've tried to be what they call semi-professional here. So I've opened up IGN, and they have a full list of all the different suits within the game. So we're going to play Spot the Suit as we go through to see if we can actually find it. Because looking through these suit designs, to be honest, I have done recently as I was watching those sort of Spider-Man 2 Gamerverse movies, if you will. I was looking at some of the suit designs because Hot Toys have gone deep into this. Hot Toys have done so many different designs. But I don't think they've done any of the one. They've done one, actually, I should say. They've done the symbiote one of these designs we've actually seen today. So they've not picked what I would call my favorites. So let's go to Miles if I can find him on here. So I'm in the background looking for this version of the suit. And I know I've seen it. There it is. Right. Okay. So if I share this tab instead, you will see here then, we got a bit of a zoom in. This is the suit they've gone for here. So it is his version of the classic sort of Spider-Man colours or the advanced suit, if you will, in the game with the white on it as well. To me, it looks so like Peter's suit. It's just reminded me of Peter. So I'm not particularly bothered by this one. But if I go back to the figure itself, we'll go through some of the images. And first shout out, though, actually, we need to say, is Ryan Ting did say shout out for friend Brandon. So our good friend Brandon, who's now working at Hasbro, did the figure posing, by the looks of it, for the figures they had on the flight stands. Well, from what I could hear what Ryan was saying. So correct me if I'm wrong, but that is what I think Ryan did say. So shout out Brandon here for the figure posing on those god-awful Hasbro flight stands that just break to me. I'm terrible with these flight stands from Hasbro. But Brandon has done the fancy posing this evening, as he does do. Much better than what I could achieve. So it looks like completely new sculpt. Just like an MCU wave, they do put a lot of effort, it seems, into these figures. It's just, do you have the audience out there, a crossover audience with the game, to actually purchase these or not? But that is Miles in his advanced suit version. You've got the yellow there for his electrical effects, which carried over from the previous version of him they released a couple of years ago. So this one I am personally not bothered by, but we'll come to Adam for his suit opinions.
I mean, this is where the wheels come off. Yeah, I could not be any less interested in this. Like you said, I don't really get why they did the one that looks so much like Peter's suit. I mean, even that image that you've just called up, the white and red one on that image, like I saw that and thought, well, I'd probably buy that. I know nothing about it, and yet just from an aesthetic, it's a cracking looking suit. This, no interest at all.
Yeah, there is some good suits. There is some definite good suits. I'm very questionable about most of the ones they've gone for this wave.
Yeah.
Because I have looked, as I said, at that suit list previously, and there's some cool designs. There's Craven style suits as well. We'll get through all the suits after. We'll have a little sort of peruse through. But yeah, not the suit I'd have gone for. But so without the builder figure, I suppose I don't need to pick it up, so I can just pass on something. So I'm going to have a bit of, let's get that hashtag Jomo going there. I'm going to say, who's this variant Dan who here? Daniel Williams, who is this? The variant? Cheeky git. If Jay shaved his head, you'd both make a great Dr. Evil and Mini-Me. That was unbelievable. Unbelievable. That man had to put up with my snoring, to be fair, the other week. So I'm sure he got a cracking night's sleep as we were hoteling it out in Norwich for In-Demand Toys there. Get your hashtag Jomo's going. Hello.
Put up with your snoring, and yet I still got the short straw. Because I got Craig.
Yes, you got Craig, yes. Shout out Craig. Adam's room bestie buddy. Hello, Mikey Moonboots, another channel member. Thank you for joining the channel, Mikey. I think you joined just before the wrestling live stream. So when I saw the Gameverse, I was like, easy pass. But I generally think the wave is fire. Okay, so he's liking some of the designs in this wave. So there is somebody out there, which I suppose there is. There is something for everybody in the collecting market. Not my favorite suit, but this one I do like. Now, this is basically because I've been looking at the Hot Toys version of this figure and going, that's very expensive, and it will probably disintegrate because it's made of rubber. So this is not as expensive, and it's not made of rubber. So I will actually be picking this one up, I do think. So this is going out to Peter now. So this is Peter's symbiote suit. Now, in the game, it does have all sorts of textures and armors on it. It's definitely, as Dwight was describing, not a flat suit. So this, to me, looks pretty accurate for a Marvel Legends version of the suit. And you do get quite the unique symbiote effect. So I'm assuming it's not bendy wire. It's too thin. They've just got it posed in different angles there in some of the shots. So if we look at that one, I'll go in the background and look for the symbiote suit over on IGN, and you can see, there we go, got that one straight away. That was a bit of luck. So we share this instead and zoom in. There's a couple of versions of the suit, but this is the one they've gone for. So as you can see, you've got the armory bits, you've got the symbiote gooey bits. So it is quite an accurate Marvel Legend. See, this is almost professional, this comparison we're doing here. Now, if I was more professional, I'd clip this out and you could put it side by side with the figure, but we're not quite that professional. Straight after work. So Mr. Who later, I'm expecting full clipped images here, comparing these suits later. So that is the design for the game. It's a weird design from the game, but I kind of like it. So if we go back to the figure form, then this is the figure. And as you can see there, and that's a very similar shot, you can see the textures down the side and the armor bits. So yeah, this was one I think they should have done, and it's one they did. There's some quite famous suits from the game. This is definitely one of them. So this one I think deserves its place in figure history, and I will be picking this one up. So Adam, over to you, my dear.
This is an in between. I'll get it if I see it on sale because I do like it, and I think they've done really well in terms of adapting it from the game. So I'll get it if I see it in the sale pile. But I think I'm quite, having never played the game, I don't think I'm quite bothered enough to get it at full price.
No, so he's in for a sale job if it goes down. This is one I think might sell out. This was, if I had to pick one from the wave that would sell the best in my near 20, what am I on now? 23 years nearly of action figure collecting. I'm going to bet it on this one. This is the one that will sell out in the wave. So we will see if I am right or not. But it's the one I would buy. So maybe that's personal bias, but I think Black Suit Spidey, that's always a popular figure, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always popular. Yeah.
So I think that would sell all right. How is the poll doing? Let's check in on the poll. Now up to nearly 30 votes now. We are literally at 70-30. So 70% of you hate this wave, but you're still watching. So thank you very much for watching. So even if we're not bothered, we can still talk toys, which is the fun of the action figure collecting hobby. Some of these I couldn't give a crap about.
I feel a bit better the fact that I have no idea what I'm talking about because everyone hates it. I'd be gutted. I'd be gutted if everybody loved this line. And I was here like, yeah, no clue.
Yeah, no, I don't know anybody that's fully played the game. I know Tanner's played it, so shout out Super Turkey if you're watching on the replay. Tanner's co-hosted many a show with me, and he's definitely played it. So that's a super close-up. And again, I do like the posing, though. More posing than I'm probably ever going to do with the figure. But it's cheaper than the hot toy, so that should be today's hashtag. Cheaper than a hot toy, I think. Is this is going to affect, what's this going to be? £25, or from a UK retail, probably £22.99 on pre-order. So that's going to save me approximately £280. So this is nothing but a collecting win. It was, you wait.
It's like getting the figure for free.
Literally, yeah. So you wait till we get to Venom. That's going to save me even more. So there is the Black Suit Spidey. So Peter Parker, Black Suit, Spider-Man 2 in there. So what's going on in the chat? See any opinions on this one? Alex saying, yeah, the questionable suit designs they've chosen, maybe they came from the higher ups, maybe they did. Maybe good old Jesse Falcon has a list of your making. We do have a don't forget a Doctor Doom head for our Galactus builder figure. So there's definitely some directives from Marvel that Hasbro get told you're doing this. And again, I think just like Todd from some of the random figures we get in DC Multiverse, I'm sure DC are like, you're doing this. So we will see. We will see. Hello, Raj. What are you saying there about the hiding? They don't always. I think they've never really announced the prices of the figure when they do the fan streams. That does come in a solicitation after, but they were, yeah. The word Mega Deluxe was thrown round when we get to the final figure. So again, that does have the potential price alarm bells ringing when you get to a Mega Deluxe. Yeah, Craven would have been great. They literally know they are lacking villains from these games. So where's Doc Ock from the first game? Where's Harry Osborn? Where's Mary Jane? The Scorpion had a cool design in the first game. So, yeah. And Craven is all over the second game. So, I don't know. They would be brand new sculpts, all those figures. But these are pretty much brand new. I think they actually all are brand new sculpts in this wave as well. So I don't see why we couldn't have thrown more villains in. It's taken us this long to get Venom and Kingpin. Well, Kingpin, it's been years. When was the first Spider-Man game? It was something like 2018. It was years ago. And it's probably taken us nearly 7 years, I think, to get that Kingpin. So they definitely, and that's what put me off a lot of the gamer figures in the first place. There was nobody for them to fight. I didn't want to put, I'm a bit too OCD to put them in the comic book display. So I want them separate, but if they've got nobody to fight, it was a bit pointless to me. So it's helpful to get Mr. Negative previously, but we could do with some more villains. So it does seem a bit of a strange wave selections. Any thoughts on villains or too many Spider-Men?
Yeah, I mean, even without playing the game, I totally agree. If that's the one constant through the games, isn't it? Like, yes, you can do the suit from what I gather, but ultimately the game is playing through all of the villains. So it just seems really bizarre that they've kind of skipped what is the main point of the game, fighting through the different villains. And actually, when you mentioned Craven, I've just realised I've seen the trailer, and he's big, isn't he? Like they've got him.
Yeah,
like
he is a big
stacked. He would make it. That would make a great figure.
Yep, it would. So come on, Hasbro, more villains from this wave. So right, we're going back to Miles then for figure 3. Does seem quite popular, I'd say, in the chat. It is a black suit Spider-Man. So we're okay with that one. So the Puerto Rican can't get the word out, flag version of Miles. So they said it's sort of like Bariqua's outfit. So as soon as I heard Los Bariquas, I was like, hello, Savio Vega from WWE. That was a faction name from WWE back in the Attitude Era. So I'm calling this the Savio Vega, if you will, of the Marvel Legends line for a clap for any of the wrestling fans in the chat. So it's, I don't know. I like the sort of Puerto Rican flag bit. It's like sort of instead of Captain America, sort of Captain Puerto Rico. So it's kind of a cool, I like the Union Jack Spider-Man. So I don't mind the sort of patriotism there on the chest. There's just the rest of the suit's just a bit boring in black. There doesn't be much for texture to the rest of the suit. So it's, again, not my favorite design. So I'm going to head back to my IGN as we look at that and see if we can find this version in the actual game renders itself. And let me see how long that takes. Come on. Where are you? Come to me. Adam, entertain the audience while I scroll.
I'll give you my thought on it. Yes, this will be another one that just totally gets skipped. And like you said, it just seems a bit weird as a design. I think I'd have rather than went the whole hog and the whole suit was sort of a representation of the Puerto Rican flag rather than the just random, like where the arms just black, like the shoulders red, the hands red, and then just the black slit. It is an odd design. A really odd.
It is.
Design. It's like he's got his normal suit and he started painting it and then had to go out and fight a bad guy before he finished.
Yeah, so here we go. I found it. So I actually like, so it has 4 variants then straight away in the game. We can see that here if I zoom in a bit. So you've got the Puerto Rican flag at top, and then you've got 3 different color options. Why did they go for the boring black one? The blue one looks so much better.
Yeah. Any of the other 3 are an improvement.
Yeah. The white silver one's kind of cool. Right, okay, I actually do like the suit designers, don't like the version they've chosen. It was who's responsible? Dwight. Now we saw Dwight at MSCM. He's a lovely chap, to be honest. Got some good chats to Dwight. Why have you gone for this one, son? Somebody tell us. Because the other ones are so much more vibrant, and there's a lot of sort of black suits within this wave.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking the ones I like. Yeah. I'm going to have all these figures in black suits, a black suit Kingpin, the black suit Venom. I need some more colour within the shelf. So I like this. I do like the silvery white one, actually, in the corner. So
that's my favourite. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Right, somebody get spray paint out. And I think, we've had a super chat has popped in. So let's say hello here. And Mikey Moonboots with the $4.99. So thank you for supporting the channel, Mikey, there. Defo a Marmite wave. So yes, Marmite, a British treat. There's Vegemite to the Australians, a weird sort of paste that you spread on toast, and you either love it or you hate it. And
do you like Marmite?
To be honest, I've never tried it.
Have you not? Oh,
I have not. I've had Twiglets, which I think have like a Marmite flavored crisp, which I was not too into.
Yeah, I don't think that's the same thing.
Right. Okay. So I've never tried. Are you a Marmite fan?
I will get you some, dear. I will get you some. Next time I do the shopping for us, I'll get you some Marmite and we can give it a try. It's
a date. We're having to say thank you, Mikey, there for the super chat. Let me give you one of these super chat thank yous there. Let's have Dr. Doom. So thank you very much for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Mikey. Very much appreciated. I'm liking looking at these suits now. I do like this design. What have they done here? So let me go back to the toy. Where's my mouse gone? Over here. So we've just seen all those beautiful, colourful designs. Let's get to and we've gone for that one.
Like, how good would that be in the white silver? How good would that? That would look like a good figure.
Just
and
to
would
show you
stand
again,
out on the...
we had 4 to choose from, and we went for that one. That's well. I kind of want the other ones. I actually kind of would like one of the other figures now, which we're clearly never going to get because they're not going to do more of the same suit variant. So that we had a glimmer of hope for a few minutes between us, and we've taken it away because they've gone for the boring design. So that is Miles with his Puerto Rican flag, just with a boring outfit. So no, we're not too into that one. Any of you in the chat into that one? We just have a quick scan, see if there's anything I can see. Talking about the black suit there. Oh yes. Now somebody's mentioned here. Raj has mentioned the anti-Ock suit. So it's a yellow and black suit, and how it's like your main event suit from the first game to fight Doc Ock. Hot Toys have done it. I've seen other companies do it, but they've still not done it. I really thought that would have finally been done in this wave, but it's not. So we'll have a look at, I say at the end, it's some of those other suits, but yeah, that one is definitely a missed opportunity. Is the anti-Ock suit that should definitely be in the line, right? So talking anti-Ock, I believe this is anti-Venom. So this is Peter's anti-Venom suit, and the color palette straight away is reminding me of Capcom Venom in this Capcom Venom sort of blue design there. So let me get back to the other tab here, because this suit to me, again, has variants. And this was one of the suits I actually would have wanted in this rumoured wave. But I'm going to sound like a bit of a broken record. If it is the suit I'm thinking of, they've not done it in the right colour. So I will scroll in the background, and we can enjoy some of the posing here for this one. So again, thoughts in the chat. It's a cooler Spider-Man web swinging pose, I kind of think there. So that is that one. As Adam gives you his feelings, I will find the official images.
Well, this time I'm totally with like Mikey. Fire. I want this figure. I really like it. I really like the design. I personally like the colour. I like the addition of the sort of inner eye within the sort of larger white of the eye. Obviously, I'm a bit of a muscle snob on superheroes. Like I want a Mark Bagley sort of ripped to bits Spider-Man figure. Like that's one of my most wanted Marvel as a Spider-Man, as muscular as Bagley drew him. So I quite like that this is on the slightly bigger book. I want this figure. Really like it. I'm interested to see what the alternatives are that you prefer. But even as it stands, I really want this.
Yeah, I do like it. I do like it. It's just I want it in white, effectively. If I can find it in the suit. Now, where is it? There is a. Still haven't actually found it yet. There is a. But I'm looking in the background, people. I am scrolling away, and for the life of me, I can't see the thing. There is. Where on earth is it? There is a. See the joys of live YouTube when you literally don't prepare because you come straight from work. So, I'm just going to Google it. I'm going to have to Google it. There was right, I'm going to go full Google mode. The Google machine is in. So we're going to go PS5 anti-Venom. And we will see what Google has to help me with here.
Virtual Dave in the chat is saying, like, RIP no Spider-Man 2099 skin, which I'd have to agree with that because it's one of my favourite Spider-Man suits. Alec Owen saying that anti-Venom has to be the shittest one yet. How is it not black and white?
That is my point. When I can find you, there we go. I've got the image. I've got the image.
You've got it, okay.
And
Mikey's given a muscular flex, which I'm hoping means he agrees with me about the Mark Bagley Venom.
Now, Adam has stepped up very well there as a co-host, and he can see the chat, he can read the chat, and he knows what to do. Because when Cheeky Monkey is here, the poor woman's on the phone, can't see the chat, and has no idea what's happening. So he's done very well to buy me time to share this tab instead, and that is what I wanted. The exact same suit design in black and white. There is a...
Oh, okay, that does look pretty good. Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Make your choices. Which one do you prefer? The anti-Venom in the alternate blue or the black and white. Now, I think I'd like the design of this suit. This is one, it's more of a comic book-esque sort of suit, and it does look very nice. It's just, again, it's going to come down to potential color palette choices when it comes to this particular version of the suit. Where's my Marvel Legends tab gone? It's over there, right? Okay, so that is the white version that I would have wanted. There was, and then we come back over here to this one. So it's the same suit design. I do like the eyes though as well. It's a nice eye design.
Yeah. I really like the eye design.
So, yeah, it was. So let's see what else you're saying in the chat down there, Carl. This is a. Yeah, I was saying you don't get something so the price. Yeah, as I was saying, they don't always. I don't think they usually say that. I don't think they've ever actually said the price when it comes to the fan stream. The price is always announced in the actual pre-order solicitation. So I don't think it's anything new, personally, but potentially, as I say, when we get to Venom, that could be there. But we could literally go on forever with all these color swaps of suits there and which ones you want there. There was. But we'll see. I'm assuming this will be a regular price wave of $24.99. I'm not seeing anything particularly different here. I would be very surprised if it's anything different to $24.99, to be honest with you, for the regular figures. But the other variant of Dan Who's turned up, the actual Dan Who's back now there after his mini-me comment from earlier. It's too close to Future Foundation, which they'll give us from a new spot. Oh, okay. So that's your expert's opinion there, of course, thinking that the white suit is very similar to the Future Foundation one using the animated show, and we do need a comic book Future Foundation one. But that is why I like the anti-Venom suit in the game, because it is so close to the Future Foundation suit. So, but again, that probably is the reason. I can see that I can hear the police in the background. Adam, are you about to be arrested, son?
No, but if the signal hit, I might have to nip out for a bit. We'll see if I need a hand.
Adam is he's in his loft there in his back cave, and God knows what's happened to him. But somebody's called the police. So it's the anti-Venom suit style, as they like to call it here. So again, that one is Adam's favorite so far. And I don't even know what I was going to say there. This shiny fella, yeah, he's been well polished, has Miles here. Now, I do like this one. This is one I do like. Got a load of new sculpting, as you say here, from the baggy pants to the shiny grey areas. So this is his Brooklyn suit, I think they were calling it. And I do like this design. So this potentially is one I would pick up. But again, as I was saying, I'm picking up all the blooming black designs. I'm going to have no colour in this display at all. But I'm going to say I like the man's shiny helmet. So there we are. Hashtag shiny helmet in the comments section below. Enjoy that one to live on YouTube history. But this man has a very shiny helmet and some reused web effects that are coming straight off his shiny helmet. So as I find his shiny helmet, how many times can I say that phrase now? Adam, talk to me about this man's shiny helmet. I'm such a child.
I'm going to chat away while Jay Googles shiny helmet and is then very careful images he shares on the stream. Yeah, I mean, baffled, but I really like it, which I'm really surprised at because I'm not actually a big fan of Miles at all. Like, I don't like him as a character, but I really like this suit. It's got like a commando Spider-Man. Like I could see myself swapping the hands out for some gun holding hands and just, I mean, you create your own universe and your own story, don't you? And I really like it. I like the design, same as you, and it's not just an excuse to say it. I really like the shiny helmet there. So yeah, I think this is another one where I'm potentially in. As to whether I get it in its first run or whether it's one that I think is a bit obscure enough that I might get it on sale, but I don't know. I think maybe wait for the sale.
Right,
but in terms of the design and the overall look, yeah, I like it.
There's far too many suit designs.
Mikey's howling at the shiny helmet. Alex says that it looks like Spider Shot, but he likes it as well.
Far too many suits on this website to find this one. So again, I'm going to have to Google again. So this is going to be right. What's it called? I believe it's the Miles' Brooklyn suit, isn't it? Rather than his shiny helmet.
Was it Brooklyn 2099? Was it?
We want Brooklyn 2099. Let's have a look. See if we can find it here. Brooklyn 2099 suit. Yes, we've got that. Is coming up. There is I'll just load that for you.
so nervous about what's coming up here.
Of course, it takes me to a website full of all the designs again, for the love of God. How complicated is the segment? Right, we're just going to zoom in on the actual Google image search. It's going to be much easier. There we go. We're getting less professional as this stream goes on. This segment started so well as they're going in. So here is they're actually, to be fair, they've put them both together. So you've got Peter in the white version of the anti-venom suit I was after, next to Miles and his shiny helmet in the Brooklyn suit. And again, it's pretty accurate in terms of figure form, from the baggy pants to the.
I like that design.
Yeah, so yeah, I think I like this one. I think that is actually a pretty accurate figure when it comes to a Marvel Legends. So look at that. If we go back to the figure images, then we just show that again. So there we go. So there you've got Miles, or the baggy pants details. Or I think Ryan Ting was pointing out the red is sort of sculpted detail as well, with the red paint on there. And if we quickly flick back there, you will see what they've based it on in terms of that. So they could have made the red potentially a bit more brighter, but I think it does, of course, light up in the game with Miles's powers there potentially. So yeah, I quite like them. How are we only halfway through these images, people? We're having fun talking toys. Cheeky Monkey's at the shop. She's out, so let's chat away. Yeah, I like that. I think that is going to be one for me. I think
it's like a Spider-Man meets Snake Eye vibe, which I'm in for.
I'm going to have to get this one as a memory of this live stream reaction video. # Miles and the shiny helmet. That is going to shine really well when you put the LED lights on it in a display. So that's actually right. That's a day one for me then. Miles and the shiny helmet.
yeah, heard it here first. Jay's going to put his shiny helmet in the display and shine some lights on it.
There we are. Definitely. So I'm in for that one. Let's go back to the poll checking. Let's just check the poll. How are we doing in the poll now? And it's creeping up. We're at 34% love them and 66 hate them. So the hatred is going down and the love is rising as the stream goes on. So I think that is it for suit variations. So I can stop my Googling now because it's Black Cat, I think. And that's a crazy pose there for Black Cat again. With Miles' shiny helmet and a Black Cat like this, I do not know what we're going to say. This is turning into absolute. I hope your children aren't watching this live stream, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't know what is going on here between myself and Adam. The filth is going, but we do have the Wand of Watum as well there. She does use that in the game. Doesn't she go to Paris or something in the game? I'm asking Adam. He ain't got a clue. He's never seen the bloody thing. I think she goes to France or somewhere in a side mission or something along those lines. It wasn't fully in the movie version I'd watched. She uses the wand and buggers off. So they didn't show that bit. So we'll have to work out as it goes through. But yes, so Black Cat. She is another one that I potentially would like to pick up if I'm going to do this little Gamerverse display, because it's actually a different character for once to actually add to the display. Now, Adam is predisposed, unfortunately. He has a bit of an illness, you see. And he has an illness where he cannot collect the female form in action figure form. He struggles with the female form, and he just gets so intimidated by 6-inch women, he does not know what to do with himself. So before Adam says anything in here, this man does not collect female action figures unless this Black Cat is going to change his mind.
She is not. No, she's not. She's not quite enough to. Although I am going to get one, aren't I? The one from Power Princess from.
Oh yes.
That wave to complete that. Yeah. That's one, because I really like Wonder Woman. She's one of my favorite DC characters. I really like her, so I think Power Princess could be the first female action figures that's going to make the collection. But no, this one will not be first.
Right. So Power Princess will eventually. There you go, Power Princess in the collection. But let's have a look at Black Cat then in a closer look. If I can go to one of these images there. It's not the greatest image I've ever seen. Full of adverts. We don't want that site. Let's find another one. Googling live on the stream. Not as easy as you would think. There is a. Oh, come on. That's got an advert over its face. Let's just zoom in again. Right, we're going to go for a zoom and we'll share this tab instead. So that is the outfit they are basing it on. And once again, the sculpt does look there. So these may not be for everyone, and they're definitely not for both of us as well. But we want some of them but not all of them. So as you say, it's definitely a Marmite wave, as Mikey said earlier. But I've got to give them their dues on the sculpting. It actually, they've put a decent amount of effort into the sculpting on these, and they do look pretty accurate to the source material there of what they're actually going for the figure. So if you get that image in your mind and then see that image, it's pretty much
like
there.
Figure appreciation wise, they've done a really good job. Like if this is a character that you want a figure for, you'll be really pleased with this, I think.
Yeah, so it doesn't always sell as well, the female Marvel Legends, so this probably is a wait for the sale one for me. But I would like to add it to this little sort of Gameverse little collection. You could join in the battles. I think you could join in the battles quite well there indeed. So that is Black Cat. You get a couple of alternate hands, and I say the wand of a tomb that is used in the game as well. I'm surprised I remember the name of that. So that's a bit of Doctor Strange trivia from the Spider-Man PS5 video game. And that then completes the wave, does it? I do believe. Yes. So at the back there, so you can see. Well, that would have made it easy, wouldn't it? So there is some of the images from the renders from the actual bloody game on the back of the damn packaging. So that would have been easier than Googling all those images there. But you can see shiny helmet, Bariqua. You can see the upgraded suit. You can see the symbiote suit, Black Cat, and then the anti-venom style suit in blue. So that is your wave. So pre-orders, when we're looking at that, we're looking at 25th of February. So in 5 days' time, we'll be getting a pre-order for this wave. So let me know in the chat what you fancy from this wave, or if you're watching on the replay, let me know in the comment section what you're after, or could you not give a crap about this wave? So for me, Black Suit Spidey, yes, that will be a pre-order. Shiny Helmet Miles might have to now be a pre-order, and Black Cat will be a wait for the sale job. I think I can pass on the other 3. Adam, final thoughts on this wave? Anything now after you've discussed them in detail, you're going to pre-order day one?
Anti-Venom and possibly Command Miles, Brooklyn 2099 Miles, possibly. But definitely Anti-Venom and, possibly the other one.
Okay, there we are. So that is what you say. If you want to let us know in the chat and comments where you are on this wave. But that is the Spider-Man Gameverse wave. And that is the next figure. A little preview. We'll get into that one in a second. But first, let's just go and have a look at some of these suit designs. So I'll take you on the website I was on here on IGN as they go through most of the suit designs from the game. And we'll just go through. Well, apparently I'm on dial-up internet now. Apparently that's taking. Don't know why that took 10 minutes. But there is your main suit then for Peter on the left there. The version we've already had in this standard suit, which I'm surprised didn't get a re-release actually in this wave. Could have probably done with a bit of an upgraded body version of that. But the one I'm absolutely shocked by, they haven't done, is the one front and center there, the black and white variant of the main upgraded suit. That was the figure I really wanted in this wave to go with that Venom, because that was nearly the hot toy I pre-ordered, and they didn't do it. So they have not taken away my potential hot toy purchases, because they have not made that version of Spider-Man. I really like the white spider symbol. I think it's become quite iconic now over the last few years from the PS4 game. And I quite like the sort of black suit version of it, harking back to the original sort of Ditko artwork and everything with the black suit mixed in with the advanced suit. I know that. Why didn't they do that one?
I mean, again, even as a non-fan, finding out that even the main suit has an alternative version, and this is a wave of alternative suit versions. Yeah, why didn't you do the main suit?
Yeah, get in the comments, get in the chat. Which suit do you want that they didn't do?
If I remember correctly, didn't that main suit one, wasn't that really popular in the UK, and it was really hard to get hold of at the time, wasn't it?
The first release was the first release skyrocketed. I've still got the first release pinned, but it is the first release. And then they did like the slightly upgraded version for the PS2, but they priced it quite high at like £37 or something as an exclusive. I remember the uproar on that, but again, that's sold and is at least double the price now on the aftermarket. So very surprised we didn't see a re-release of that or the black.
Surely their research says that the standard suit is popular And we're now doing a wave to go with the game, so everybody is probably going to want a version of the standard suit. So you're right, it's crazy they didn't do it.
It's a weird decision on that one. So then we've been through the symbiote suit. Then you can get just your classic suits in the game. But again, those are literally just comic book recreations. So you can see I didn't do those. And again, we've got the entire Power Rangers Spider-Man collection there in that version. And again, just different variants of the main suit there, from gold armor to the blue and the red inverted as well, and the black and the white inverted. Then we get into some absolutely wacky, crazy designs. You've got the sort of MCU Iron Spider design, the Andrew Garfield design. So I get why he didn't do any of the MCU versions. There's your other Andrew Garfield. You've got your 2099, but they are literally just comic book 2099s. So again, I can get what he didn't do. They didn't do that version of it. Then we got the Scarlet Spider variants. So they could have done one of the coloured versions of the Scarlet Spider, because they've got that. Then again, another one that we could have got is Superior. I know Hot Toys done the Superior Spider-Man, but again, he does look literally identical to the comic book version, so you can probably see why they didn't. But he does have massive sort of attachments in the game. It's sort of Waldos that are attached to him, the Iron Spider legs. Again, I know they come on all the Hot Toys figures, so we don't have any of those here in Marvel Legends, potentially because the suits they chose don't use them, but I know some of those suits do. Here is the infamous anti-Ox suit, then the black with the shiny yellow, which is the main event suit for the first game, which I, again, as I said, I do not know why they haven't done that suit, because that is
pretty good.
Yeah, that's important suit to the game. A sort of Assassin's Creed version of Spider-Man there. And then you've got your Spider-Man Noir. But again, we're getting into more MCU designs, variants of Spider-Punk in all sorts of colours. So you could literally do, like, there's over 100 figures properly you could do from here as well. Different variants of the Iron Spider costume in different colours. We've got probably more of a black suit style Tobey Maguire there. And an advert, apparently. And we're back on dial-up again. We're back on dial-up there as we go through there. So that's a variation there. Hello to John Morrissey. Love the challenge, eh? Thank you. Hate this wave, though. What a waste of plastic. Sitting here enjoying your coverage and enjoying his Jomo. So the Jomo is going there. The joy of missing out. I'm not sure if Mr. Who made that term up or it actually is a genuine term, but we seem to be using it a lot lately in the toy community. But that is some variations of Peter's suit. And if I scroll down here, I'm sure we got lots of Miles variants we could quickly have a look at as well. Now, I think this would have been a popular one, the Evolve suit. I think this is more of an important suit in the game, with his hair coming out the top and crazy color combinations you could have there with that one. So again, these would have all required new sculpt, but they did do a lot of new sculpting in the wave. So it's not necessarily down to the fact that they didn't want to sculpt any of it. I think that's quite a cool suit for Miles there, with the sort of Bane mask over the face. That's another random one I think that's kind of cool. We could be here for weeks, literally going through the rest of these images. So we'll stop there looking at those images. But that is what you could have chose from there. A punkalyptic suit. That's a cool name. Like, that's an apocalypse punk version of the suit. So one more figure from the Gameverse, and then we do have a comic 2-pack and a little teaser to discuss. So back over here then, and we will go to Venom. So this has been the reason I was watching the PS2 Spider-Man style movie, as I was saying, from I keep saying PS2, PS5 version of the Spider-Man 2 game, is because I like this massive, crazy design of Venom. So I saw this on a rumored list. I was reading some of those rumored leaks, and I thought, "Ooh, that is one I'm interested in." So here he is. He's a bit skinny. I would like him to be a bit more bulky in the design, but you can see he scaled it about 10.5 inches. So that's pretty accurate to the game, because he is massive in the game. And yes, they've done it. So this is what they've been calling a Mega Deluxe. So speculate away on the price point. They mentioned Odin in the same breath. So I'm going to go, it's going to be Odin's price. And Odin, I think, was about £62 on Pulse here in the UK. So I'm assuming this will be a £60 figure is where I'm thinking the price will be on this one. I'm hoping it's not higher at 70 or 80 like some of the, I forget his name, the big green fella that we saw a couple of years ago from the Avengers.
Oh,
What is his name?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Helpful co-host as ever there.
Helpful, brilliant. Was it? It's not the super... No, I can't
Super Adaptoid, yes. That was his name. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. They also mentioned Hulkbuster in the same thingy, which I think is, again, £60. So they mentioned Hulkbuster and Odin. They're both 60. So I'm going to lock in. This will be a £60 figure is what you're going to expect to pay for this one. But he is really, really big. So... And they did for the first time, we've got sculpted drool. So if you're getting a bit aroused on this one and you're drooling away, then you've got your sculpted 1/12 scale drool accessory there. I actually quite like that. I think that's kind of fun. You can actually put the drool in his mouth. So in the game, Venom, I say, is massive. He does have the big white symbol with sort of some grey coming off it. So I'll do a bit of Venom Googling there for those that don't know what he looks like on the PS5 version of the game. And we'll just we'll get him up there, make him nice and big, and put him in the corner there. So come over here, fella. I'll maximize you. Right. This website does not like paintball.
I love that drool accessory. It's such a good idea.
Yeah, there he is. So there he is in his drooly goodness. So that is what they're basing him on. So his legs actually are quite skinny, really, I suppose, actually thinking of it. It's his legs that looked a bit, will put me off slightly with the skinniness, but they are there. And as you can see, the more sort of white into grey, you can see the drool effects there upon Venom's head. He is massive in the game. So if we look at this screenshot, there you can see him against Miles and Peter, and he is massive. So they got the sizing right on this one. So I'm happy with this one. I will be pre-ordering this one. So we go back to the figure. There he is. So this will save me buying the Hot Toy. Because the Hot Toy for this is something like £600. Because in Hot Toys forms...
Good 7.
Yeah. This is 22 inches when it comes to the Hot Toys version. It's very... I'll let me show you. It is fantastic figure. Hot Toys Venom PS5. And I'll give you a little look at what we are comparing it to. And I've been eyeing this figure up and going, I really cannot buy this figure because he's far too expensive. I've missed the pre-order, so this will at least stop me doing that. He's about 600 on the aftermarket. Let me show you him here. He was pre-orderable at 460, but he has long since sold out, so you'll be paying more than that for him. But you can see his shiny glory there. Nice. He's such a massive figure, towering over the other figures within the actual range there. So I've been looking at this for quite the while, going, really can't afford to buy that. Nowhere to put it because it's so big. So I'm hoping Marvel Legends do a version just so I can satisfy that craving and add him to the collection. So that thing is epic, but we will go down to a much cheaper price point than that. So however much this turns out to be, it's going to be cheaper than that. So it's win-win for me there. So that is the Marvel Legends version of the PS5 Spider-Man Venom figure. Looks really cool. Adam, do you want this?
I do, dear. I do. I think it'll probably. I think it'll probably be one again. Like it might have to be a sale one, A, because of the space, B, because I've never actually played the game. I think if I'd played the game, this would be a pre-order on day one if I played the game. I really like that head sculpt with the drool accessory. I think for Venom, it's a great accessory. I think the figure looks really good. I quite like you said, the size of him. I think it'd look really good on display, but it's just because, you know, when you've just got no affinity, and he's a lot bigger than my sort of mind's eye of Venom ever is. So from that point of view, it'll be a skip. But if ever I saw this on sale, it would be a definite. It's a great.
I think you struggle to fudge this one. You struggle to fudge this into a comic book display because it is so big. I don't think he's ever been quite drawn that big. About nearly 11 inches, I think they said he is. And he does have the effector plug on his hand there. So I think I will do that. I'm not so keen on that head sculpt It looks a bit blocky
No,
the way
yeah, the other
it's
better.
looking there. But once you swap it out to that one, I think that's going to look pretty good. And there he is fighting like some of those screenshots we've just seen the figures. So I'm going to have to, as I say, dig out the original version of Miles and Peter from the sale pile, bring them back in. I think I'm going to have him on the wall, pose like that, literally attached, push pin to the wall. That's where I'm going to put these Gameverse figures. Is my current idea. So that at least has satisfied me. Looks a bit better from that angle, but again, it's just a bit of a weird jawline they've kind of gone for with that. But I can't imagine most people will be using that one. You'll be using the big old dirty tongue effect there. Raj, you see toe hinges? I think you do see toe hinges. He does have toe articulation by the looks of it. That does appear to be a toe hinge. Yeah, that's definitely a cut in the toe there. So he's pinless. He's toe hinged. Looks like he moves very, very well for a big and beefy figure. And I'm just happy that they've done him, and I can finally stop looking at that bloody hot toy and move on with my life. Because that's when I buy too many toys, you see. I get something in my head and go, I want that. I want that.
I want that.
And then I have to move on. So this will satisfy me nicely. I just want that. Some of those other blooming suits for Peter. I want that black and red suit. But clearly we are not getting it, at least for the time being. But it does seem to be able to hold up the Spider-Man figure quite well in his little attachment there as well. Hello, Big Will. If he just popped in, picked up some plastic there. He's enjoying the Joma there. Can pass on the more from this way. If we're talking about a bit of pricing, we're talking 60, could be under 55. Yeah, I think Ryan was deliberately mentioning Hulkbuster and Odin because he will be exactly the same SKU, replacing those, which means he should be the same price. So I think he's in a similar box. And excuse me, I've just got that Odin, and Odin is bloody massive, so that does look a very similar size box to me. So I'm locking in now. You can lock it in right here. First on YouTube, this will be £60 when it gets released, or $60 in the US. And again, on the back of the box, you've got the artwork there. So that is it. Where is it going? It's going fan channel. It's coming next Thursday, so a week today, including Pulse. So I will be pre-ordering this one because I do actually. That is the one I was looking forward to when I saw Gameverse on the screen today. And it looks pretty cool. So him and Kingpin, probably my favourite. So I'd go him, Kingpin, and the Black Suit Symbiote Spidey as my three favourites from the Gameverse segment. Adam, we will come to you with a similar question.
Kingpin, Anti-Venom 2. 3 is a tough one. Brooklyn 99. Brooklyn 2099
okay.
miles. Yeah.
Hashtag shiny helmet for Adam there in that section. All right. So that was the Gameverse section over. So I'll end the Gameverse poll now. Let's remember to do that. So the final results of the Gameverse poll. We had 38 votes. 71% hate them. And well, the master's now up according to YouTube. I'll go 29% love them. So basically, three out of 10 people, they love these. And the other 7 couldn't give a crap. So that is the probably how I thought it would go. So that is the Gameverse. But yeah, we've had quite a nice chat section today. It's been enjoying themselves here. So you don't have to love it, but you can at least talk about it. So a 2-pack, a X-Force 2-pack, the Uncanny X-Force, another omnibus I have. It is front row. I do need to read it. So I will get onto that one because I hear that's a very good story. So we have Warpath then, brand new head sculpt, but my eyes, my poor eyes. Now, my eyes do not deceive me, ladies and gentlemen. Can you see them? Big, dirty pins. It is the pins. He is on, I believe they said, the Omega Red body. Look at those pins. Oh, my goodness. Now, not actually somebody that's that bothered by pins, but the fact, yeah, you are. I'm sure we'll be in a bit of internet uproar that this man does have pins. They do slightly actually annoy me because there's a black pin sticking through the grey on the outside of the outfit. So that doesn't look particularly great. It's just a bit weird seeing pins these days in New Marvel Legends. So yes, Octane in the chat there. No, not the pins. The pins are back with Warpath. Good head sculpt though. It is a nice body, the Omega Red body. So it does look good. It's just, I don't know, they were actually just generally sticking out to me. The first thing I saw, oh my God, it's got pins. And I was like, I'm not a pin snob, usually. I'm usually not bothered at all. I collect McFarlane figures, people, and they have more pins in than I've had hot dinners. So they don't bother me too much. And the Mattel figures have a lot. It's just I don't always like it when you have the wrong colour sticking through. So on the leg, it does look a bit weird, but it's a really good looking head sculpt for Warpath there. But he's not on his own. It is a 2-pack. So we come as an X23. And I was like, okay, I could do with a Warpath. I've already got an X23. They've got me again to buy another figure I've already got, which they like to do. So for a long-term collector, it does become a little irritating having to keep buying the same figures again all the time. But this is definitely an upgrade of X23. That's a much better head sculpt than on the previous figure. And she is pinless. So she's on the new smaller female buck. She is pinless. And I think she looks really good. So I actually think she's probably the better looking out of the two, in my own personal opinion. I'm sure my co-host will disagree emphatically with me when we get to him in a second, but I like her head sculpts, and I think she looks really good. So I'm actually okay with upgrading her. So the other one will be pulled out. It will go into my infamous sale pile that at some point in my life I need to actually sort out and sell. So the old version is going in there.
Toy fair.
Yes. Toy fair. But I think her head sculpts are really, really good on X23. So we've got a 2-pack coming out then. As your official images there of the 2-pack. Dwight was saying that the 2-pack's a bit of a higher budget, so they can have a bit more accessories. Well, that's a great deal of accessories. It's more than we've seen in some of the previous 2-packs. And it's going to be a March pre-order. It doesn't say where then. So X23 and Warpath. I'm sure he's in for one, but what's he going to do with the other? So we'll come to my lovely co-host, darling. How are we doing?
I'm all right, dear. You're kind of right. You're kind of right. However, I do still really like the X23 figure. Like, I think they've done a really good job. I think the sculpt's great. I think the head sculpts are really good. I don't mind the character, although, you know, she's not quite my favourite. So yes, it'll be going on eBay because I'm 100% buying it, because I get stung the same way you do, where because you're such an infector, chances are you've got previous versions. I get stung because they know fine well female figures don't sell anywhere near as well as male, so they constantly stick a female figure in with a male figure that people really want. So the Warpath one looks great. Same as you. I don't mind pin. Most of my collection has pins. It's not like it's going to stand out a mile. Like a load of the figures that I've got still has pins, so I'm not really that bothered about it. I think they're probably due a new sort of mid-muscular book, you know, for the you know, not quite like Hulk level characters, but the sort of bigger and beefier than your standard, like the Warpath and Mega Red. I think they're probably due a new body for that in the next year or so. And I don't think they would bother launching it for a character like Warpath. So I'm quite happy with the book they've used. I think he looks really good, and I really like the character. I love the knives accessory.
Yep. So you like her. You like the sculpt, but it's still not enough to convince you to keep her. She's still not a keeper.
Still not a keeper.
It's an interesting one. So when it comes to complete teams, what about complete teams then? Because you're going to have gaps in teams.
I have gaps in every team because I don't have the woman. Look, I get it. I get that I am so out of tune with the rest of. Certainly all our friends, like all our friends are like female figure mad, and then there's me. But it's just, I'm a bit unusual for probably an action figure career. Like I grew up as a fighter in a council estate in the northeast. Like when I go to the gym with the lads to box, like none of the other lads at the gym collect action figures. Like I was always a little bit unusual in that. Yeah. In that sense. So I think just collecting girls' action figure was just a bit of a step too far.
He couldn't push himself to go full. He couldn't go full nerd.
I couldn't quite. There was a line where I was like, "That's just." But I get. Look, I totally get that it's ridiculous. Like I've no doubt, because you're right. I look at teams and I've got like Dark Avengers on the team, and like I said, there's like Warbird's missing, and there's this gap. There are these gaps, and then I've got Power Princess, because I do really like Wonder Woman, was going to be there, but I've just read in the chat there that they're saying that the prices are ridiculous, so maybe she might not even make.
Power Princess has gone crazy on the aftermarket. I made sure I got in there.
Oh, well,
With
sod that then.
you may
So-
struggle with that one. So
well, in which case then it's
don't be
it's
like
male
Adam,
only.
people. Collect your female figures. That's the thing. You
Just to be
go full nerd. Yes.
To be fair, it couldn't just be me because they don't sell as well as male figures. Like they absolutely don't. Like whenever you see waves where there's the odd one makes it down to clearance, or you go into Forbidden Planet and there's plenty left on the shelf, it's often the female characters. So I actually think I'm not quite as unusual as you all bloody make. I think it's just that the hardcore collection community, I am quite an anomaly.
We have a question for you from the chat. Raj is asking, Adam, you don't have a Black Widow then?
No.
No? So he has none. He is none. He is Black Widow-less.
I think, do you know what? I can give a more concise answer to that. I just buy the figures of the characters that I would read and that I'm interested in and that I would follow. So like I would never go to a comic book store and buy like a Black Widow single issue. Like I don't mind when she's, when I'm reading like an Avengers run and she's in it, or I don't mind that, but I would never, because there's plenty of male characters I don't buy as well. Like I'm nowhere near Jay. Like I'm not a completionist. So there are loads of male characters that I skip as well. I tend to just buy the characters where if I went into a comic book shop, I would buy an individual issue of that character. And if that, I'll probably buy the figure.
Yeah. We call Adam my amateur collecting friend.
Yes.
See, when his mates rang up when he was in the toy room, he's like, well, "You're a bloody amateur, aren't you?" So he makes me feel better. Cute Colt. How is he going to complete A-Force? He's never going to go near A-Force. You've blown Raj's mind. Mines have been blown in the chat, so I knew he'd be a good co-host for this evening, and he has blown your mind. And talking of blowing your mind, what a fantastic segue! Because
that was a really good segue.
So I can do my Yo Joe now, because clearly they've got to nick this from the G.I. Joe collection stream that was supposed to happen this week, because we have a missile. So we have a missile and it has a hole in the bottom to insert potentially a blast effect as well. So final question for the chat then. Get in there. What is this? I had absolutely no idea. I knew what it was quite clearly, but I was like, is it going to be coming out of a rocket? So is it a character like Cable, I was thinking, or something with a big gun? Or I have heard potentially, I think somebody mentioned something to do with Doom, I've seen. And I think Shadow Cloud Fox, I think she was the first to mention that I'd seen in my group, mentioning potentially for Adam's favourite character when it comes to Marvel, the Incredible Hulk. Is this for the Maximum Hulk? He's in deep thought. He's nodding. He's thinking.
I would love it. I would love it if that was the case. If it's an indication that is about to be revealed, I'd be over the moon. I mean, I don't know whether. I don't know whether it would be an accessory that I would demand if I wanted a Maximum Hulk. Like, I don't know whether like a missile to shoot at him, but nothing to shoot it from. I'm trying to think how it would, in context, would it fit in?
I would potentially think it's something he would catch, wouldn't it? If Thunderbolt Ross had shot him from the military and he maybe caught one of the missiles potentially. Yeah, and he could throw it back. I don't know.
I mean, I can see it. It's certainly not. It wouldn't make my list of kind of like if you put a list together of what I'd like a Maximum Hulk to come with. At no point I think where I have mentioned maybe like some explosion. Yeah, I suppose actually maybe if it came with some sort of like detonation effect, so you would set.
Is there an old like 90s Toy Biz Hulk that comes with a missile or something? I don't know. But
it comes with the 90s Smart Hulk comes with like an enormous gun, but I don't think it was a missile launcher.
No, 90s Smart Hulk is probably your most wanted figure of all time.
Of all time. Yeah, of all time.
So, I don't. Let's have a look at the chat. So Alex going here. Yeah, apparently the leaked Maximum Hulk comes with a missile. So Raj, Maximum Hulk. We got a guess from Mephisto. I don't think Mr. will be happy with that one. It won't be Mephisto. Any other guesses that aren't Hulk? No, we've gone full Hulk. I think affecting a channel. Damien was like an A-bomb. So maybe this is because we've all been saying that this rumored Maximum Hulk. What is he going to come with? Because there's not a lot of accessories you can put with Hulk. Hopefully for a new articulation sort of like thunderclapping
Thunderclap, yeah.
Hulk. But I don't know otherwise. Maybe it's Thunderbolt Ross, as I say. Maybe you're going to get yourself a nice military vehicle and a Thunderbolt Ross figure. I wouldn't say no to that.
Yeah, I mean that would
dunno.
be a hell of a departure if it was an accessory for an actual vehicle, like a Marvel vehicle that they put together. But
Yeah,
if they did, I don't think they'd launch with a military Hulk like themed one.
no, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see then on that. And what is the price point going to be on the Maximum Hulk? We'll cover that on a future stream because we've had all the controversy with the Maximum Spider-Man. If you want to hear my opinion on that one, go back to the Marvel Legends reaction stream from a few months ago when it was announced, because we literally went on just like this after Marvel finished and Hasbro finished. We go on and discuss what we can. So I think we're the first to mention what our guesses were for the price, and I think we were pretty much accurate with the crazy £50 price point. So Hulk probably is going to be at least 70, but I'll get into that in a blooming future live stream when we have to cover that there. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is it for today's reveals then. So a full Gamerverse wave. Most of you not particularly excited about it. I want that big Dirty Venom and the Kingpin, definitely. So I'm excited about those figures. Just a little display, but don't need to buy the whole wave. So at least that's good. I can save some money somewhere because God knows I need to. And then we had the little Warpath Annex 23 2-pack that was okay. So not the greatest stream of all time, but not the worst I've seen. When I have to do these reactions for the MCU stuff that I no longer collect, that's going to be potentially a fun one to do. I think we'll save Adam's, maybe do a channel member video, Adam's Captain America review. That could be quite a funny one to do in the future. But that is today's coverage. Well, we're going to get out here in a minute. So in about 1 hour's time, let's plug our good friend Mr. Who. He'll be on about 8:15. So in 1 hour's time with Displayed Once. They will be giving you the full professional stream. I want those clipped graphics. I want them all together. We'll see what they think of this Gamerverse wave. I'm sure Rich will be absolutely thrilled. And there he is. So there we go. He's lurking around, Mr. Who, with his pie. So we'll catch him in about an hour. Cheeky Monkey's still not back from the shop, and we've been streaming just under 2 hours. So what on earth has she bought for my dinner? I do not know. I've got to cook it though, because Cheeky Monkey's not the chef of the house. He's already made those graphics. Fantastic. I want to see full comparisons there. And they have Rich, so he will like, I'm sure, X23 there. Unlike my stroppy anti-female figure collecting co-host. So let's do a bit of channel plug-in then. A bit of plug-in to go. So what else have we got on the channel you'd like to see? So I literally uploaded a video a couple of days ago. No buggers watched it because I knew the algorithm would not want to push that one. So there is but I did have a fan request for gargoyles.
I watched it on the train on the way home.
There you
tonight.
go. So you go. So the people that can't watch it, see, thank you for the dedicated audience that actually watches it, but the algorithm hates me on that. So if you want to see the full Gargoyles collection, because I think that is over, head over that way. If you want to see me apparently in a hotel room there with Mr. Who, go and check that one out as we go for in-demand toys. But there are some Marvel Legends in there because I've got some 4K footage, about a minute or so in there, of Adam Warlock and the Iron Man, the Ultimate Iron Man, that I was helping Dan out with the stream there on his channel. So you can go to Dan's channel for the live stream as he got the exclusive footage and the reveals from in-demand toys. And thank you, Adam was in the room as I filmed Commander Cody. He was my cameraman assistant there. So thank you, Hasbro, for letting me have a look at that one. The Canadians stole it all because the day we put that up, the figure hit Canada. So literally the reviews started pouring in from Canada of Commander Cody, but there's a load of Black Series behind me. So Black Series, Marvel Legends, Gargoyles, and Wrestling, because that's a brand new wave as well of the Monday Night Wars. And there's a lot of wrestling, as I say, to come on the channel, because I've got a lot of wrestling rings in this house, and I bought two or three more wrestling rings this week. So you can check those out. You want to see some Super 7 coverage effectively. And there's Adam in my Lego room standing on some bed raisers. So if you want to become a channel member, you can see that one behind the scenes. So it is actually quite a fun one. So I suppose I can play the channel member mode. So anybody would like to join the channel, please feel free. The join button is in the chat there. I'll see you in 6 seconds. There you go. So if you'd like to join the channel, please feel free to support the channel and join the channel membership there. We're nearly into double figures, so come and join us if you would on the channel. What else have we got to come? Mattel Creations revealed. So that is Thursday, the 6th of March. Adam is into his Masters of the Universe, so I'm sure he can join me for coverage of that, and WWE as well. So we're going to get some exclusive brand new reveals, Mattel Creations. They've been teasing a WWE one by sending the influencers, excuse me, Mattel, where was my influencer packages? Clearly lost in a post, shocking, of Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. So I think we're renting something potentially WrestleMania themed there from Mattel. And of course, it is New York Toy Fair on March the 1st. So I'm sure Hasbro will be there with some coverage. So I will try and do some live streams potentially from that. At least one live stream a month. We've done 2 in February. One was the Royal Rumble coverage for 5 hours, and we've gone live today as well. We'll also do coverage from the G.I. Joe as well, because G.I. Joe will be live next month. So as soon as we have breaking news, I'll try and jump in and do some live streams. And This Week in Toys will return at some point on a Friday night when this man actually can get out of the bloody toy room. So thank you to everybody that has joined us this evening. And thank you to Adam for the co-hosting as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That has been the Marvel Legends live stream. Adam, would you like to plug your Instagram or any your own YouTube channel that you haven't started
yet? You know mine would get banned. You know fine well. Mine would not be monetized at all. You can find me on Instagram at figurecave.collectibles.
And I'm also over there at Jay's Toy Collection UK. And Raj, you are right there in the chat. The algorithm does suck at times. Because yes, it has. If it hasn't got any of my videos in your recommended feed, try and watch a few of them, and hopefully you can change that algorithm to push it there. So I hope you've enjoyed. It's been fun talking Marvel Legends as ever. Somewhere in this button is an end screen. So I've been Jay. This has been Jay's Toy Collection UK, and we'll see you, of course, on the next video.